What's up, guys? It's Zell here with Zell Media, and I would like to take a moment here to apologize for my absence over the last week. I did want to cover this chapter earlier, but with exams and a lot of final projects, I have been pretty hard pressed to get anything done over the last couple of weeks that wasn't homework. It took me a bit longer, and I know a new chapter's coming out tomorrow for those who read the scans, and on Sunday for those who don't. But I would like to take this moment to apologize for not getting this out on time. With that said, chapter 1034 is here. It is out. It's been out for 2 weeks now, almost, and let's get into it and talk about how amazing one of my favorite characters is throughout this chapter. So this chapter starts with the cover page of Usopp helping out a bunch of kids who are at a festival trying to get some juice or trying to win a prize, and the people at the festival, they just aren't playing fair. And so Usopp shoots the target, nails it. It's beautiful. Usopp's I love Usopp. I know everyone shits on him because he's Usopp, and some people don't like him just for that, but he's one of my favorite characters for certain, and I love seeing him portrayed as a better warrior, like he should be and like he could be if he wasn't so cowardly. I love the cowardly aspect because it is what Usopp is, and him overcoming that is going to be an amazing story in and of itself. But I think that when we get to see the moments of bravery or even the moments of coolness like this one, it just really speaks to what the character could be and might be in the future, and I really love that. He wins the prize for the kids. It's a year supply of juice, which if you were gonna get a year supply of juice, which type of juice would you get? For me, it'd be mango juice. I love mango juice. That shit's fire. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you would get for a supply of free juice for a year. And so when we kick this chapter off, we find that we're back in the pleasure hall with Osame and a bunch of the other women. And Osame is very concerned about her missing rat friend named Chuji. She's looking all about for this mouse rat thing. And the girls are super concerned about her. They're like, it's time to leave. We need to find a way to get the hell out of here. And the other girls are like, yeah, that's smart. That's the right, we should be doing that. And Osame is just nope, I want to find Chuji. And so she continues to look around for Chuji. And as she's doing that, we pan outside of Onigashima towards Momo, who is killing it. I love every time Momo's on panel right now because I'm really pumped to see what he does that could be similar to Oden's Hour of Legends. Initially, we thought he would hold the island up. Doesn't look like that's something that he can really do right now. But maybe him grappling all of these clouds might allow him to kind of fly up and try and hoist the island. He's kind of deadlifting it, which I don't think he could really do because he's kind of weak. But maybe. You never know. He is a dragon. But I really love it because it plays a lot into soon that he will have this kind of the return of the era of the good king aspect, and I really enjoy that. And it shows that he's going to be a prince, a beloved prince, not one of those snobby princes and stuff like that, one that's just kind of given power as opposed to one that's earned it. And so I really look forward to him and what he's doing in the story, and so I enjoy every time he's on screen or in panel. From there, we move over to our boy Sanji at the pleasure hall, kicking the crap out of Queen. But right now, he's getting attacked a lot by Queen, and Queen is utilizing every Germa technique with the exception of Reiju's, which I will make a caveat here to point out the fact that Reiju's ability is not a devil fruit. It was said to be a devil fruit accidentally early on, and then it was cleared up later in the Viver cards that it is not a devil fruit, and it is instead that she just has the ability to utilize poison. So please, for those of you who are spreading that falsehood online, please Stop that. Get some help. I'm not Michael Jordan, so I can't put that meme up. But like, if I knew how to do that, I would. So yeah, so we find him just like attacking Sanji. He's got, the winch, which we could have suspected because he did have those like weird kind of like stretch effects earlier on, but I don't think anyone would have seen this coming. And then he also has like the eye bullets, like I think it's Niji does, or maybe it's Ichiji. I don't know how to count in Japanese. But I believe it's the eldest brother is the one with the fire, and then the second eldest is the one with the electricity. The fire one is the one with the sparking Valkyrie, and he's the one who attacks, with the eye bullets. And so Sanji's dodging that, and then he's dodging, the Henry Blazer, which is the Henry Queen in this version, which is kind of hilarious. And same thing with the Sparking Valkyrie, it's Sparking Queen, and then it's Winch Queen as well, which actually that one is kind of appropriate because like Winch Green, Winch Queen, at least it's the same pattern. But yeah, so Queen then admits that he has already studied everything about the Germa and knows how to manipulate all of the abilities, and explains to Sanji that he just wanted Sanji to wear the suit so that he could beat the shit out of Sanji and prove to himself that his tech was better than Judge's. And I kind of like how petty that is, because like that seems to be really in character for Queen. And it means that Queen's a lot stronger than we initially thought he was, because like we wanted to know why he was in the suit. Like, why do you want him in the suit? Why do you want him in the suit? It's like, oh, I want him in the suit so not only can I like neg diff this kid, but I could neg diff him while he's at the peak of Germa possibility. And that's just, I like that type of stuff. It's the same type of thing. It reminds me of like when Kizaru was like, yeah, I'm trying to go to Wano, like let's throw hands with these freaking Yonko. It's like, okay, Kizaru, you're gonna get your butt kicked, but like it is what it is, like he's still trying to go. And so I enjoyed that aspect of it. Sanji's just fed up at this point. He's like, dude, I told you stop associating me with them. Like, I'm not their family. Please stop calling me they're part of their family. Stop talking about them like they're part of my family. They're not. Sanji's just like railing on this point. And then Queen's like, all right, well, whatever. And then goes invisible. He's like, I can use your powers too. And it's pretty outstanding. Like it's nice. And then Sanji in response was like completely unfazed, like could not care less. He's like, you got that too, all right, well, and then disappears. And this time we don't get the effect, which means that he's just moving fast. So he just disappears by moving really fast, though he very well could still have the ability to just vanish in his bloodline, like in his own capabilities, right? We don't know for sure yet, and we have seen that the powers of the Germa can be used outside the raid suit. We see it with Reiju, we see it with Ichiji. I think it's Ichiji is the electric one, but we see it with all of them. Anyways, that being said, Sanji disappears into the air. Queen's also surprised. He's like, what? This man disappeared again? I thought he destroyed his raid suit. And he's like, no, that must have just been super fast speed, so fast I can't catch it with my eyes. And like, observation hockey isn't a thing at the moment, but here's what it is. But Queen is like, fine, whatever, and turns his attention to Osame, who is just in the middle of the hall, because now they're both invisible. She's like, oh my gosh, the fight's kind of stopped. I should go look for Chuji. So she walks down to the hall a little bit to go look for Chuji, and Queen reveals that he was the one who had hurt her beforehand, and just kind of like is talking to himself. And Sanji realizes that Queen could have gone invisible, hurt her, and then Sanji was the only one in the hall who was visible, and so they assumed it was him, and he was in a brain fog, so he didn't know it was him. Or so he didn't know whether or not it was him. And so he now believes that he had overassumed. And he then attacks Queen because he sees Queen going to go attack her. And here we get Ifrit Jambe. And boy, is it beautiful. One, Sanji now has electricity powers, and as like the biggest Rumble Fruit stan outside of King of Lightning, I am a big fan of this because why wouldn't I be? Oh my god, lightning powers, the ability to swim for like forever, the ability to walk in the sky. Like Sanji's a fucking king. Anyways, so he has all of these abilities, but he uses Ifrit Jambe, which is like a fire so hot that it's starting to spark electricity, and just pounds Queen, and like says like, you were the one who did this, you absolute piece of scum, and like to the who hurt the girl, and then just starts whacking, like beating the shiza out of Queen as much as he can. Like he's just giving him work. And earlier on in the chapter, Sanji explained that like he knows that Hell's Memories did some damage, the earlier Hell's Memories that he had done, and Queen was just kind of trying his best to shrug it off, and it was to no avail. So he knows that Queen was hurt, and so he just kind of like starts going ham, and he ends this chapter with a beautiful series of kicks, and sends him flying with the Boof Burst, and it's awesome. I love it. I don't think the fight's over. I think Queen has an awakening. I think Sanji's gonna have to pull out another couple of Ifrit tricks so we get to see a little bit more from him. I think there's maybe 1.5 chapters left in this fight, but it was a beautiful chapter. I enjoyed it. Obviously, Sanji's the MVP for this chapter, because who else? Like, it was literally pretty much all Sanji and Queen, with a small put in for Momo. But Sanji takes it away this chapter. I rate it an 8, maybe 8.5 out of 10. Initially, when I had first read the chapter, I had given it a 10 out of 10. But since I've reread the chapter like 12 times now, because I tried and failed to film this a bunch of times throughout the previous 2 weeks, there's a couple of things that I would have liked to see in the chapter that I didn't see, and it's a shorter chapter, which means it's kind of more densely packed, and a lot of it was action. There's not a lot of like expansion on the ideas that Sanji's dealing with there. And then there's also the fact that I kind of would have liked if it was Sanji who had hit the girl. I never thought it was her. I always thought it was I never thought he had done it, but I would have kind of liked to have been wrong, because it would have been nice for Sanji to have to kind of grapple with that and a bit more than he did, and come to terms with his new self. But I think it's quite amazing. I think it's probably going to be one of my favorite chapters, like my personal favorite chapters for the entirety of the year. I am going to try and get like ranking of my favorite chapters up probably just before New Year's for 2021, and kind of like, not a deep dive, obviously, like I'm not going to be like extensive, but I'll go over like why I liked each chapter, kind of like 2 or 3 key points on each one, and yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys soon and in the future, and welcome to any new followers. Again, let me know in the comment section below what your favorite type of juice is and what you would want for a year-long supply of juice. All right, have a great day, guys. Catch you on Sunday.